Okay, now the story of Brink is almost non-existent. It really is. There's really no story to Brink. Now, there is an actual backstory, I guess you could say, where it is set on this place called the Ark, which is this big city in the middle of the ocean. Why it was made, they don't really give you much detail. There's a little audio logs here to listen to, but it doesn't really tell you right in the story what it is. And you play as either Resistance, the people that want to get off this island because they're being captured, they were captured and just put in there, or as the security, the people that keep them in. And you can play as either them or the security, and that's really the story. You just try to get off if you're the Resistance, and you try to keep them in if you're security. So there you go. There's the story of Brink. There's not much story there. It really is kind of pitiful, but I wasn't expecting a story, so whatever. So story, not great at all. And let's just go on to the sound. Okay, now the sound in Brink is decent. I don't think it's amazing, but I do think it's actually pretty decent. Now let me tell you what I do like. I do like the soundtrack. The soundtrack definitely gets you in the mood. It's the standard kind of orchestral soundtrack, and it sounds pretty good. I really like it. Besides that, you have voice acting, and this is the thing I don't really like. The voice acting is not bad. It's actually pretty good, to be honest, but the thing is, they don't use the voice acting all that much besides in the actual game where people are yelling and saying, yo, go over here, or whatever. There's very many cutscenes in between each, mission for campaign, but that's about it. And there's about 12 missions and about 30 seconds of, cutscene in between each one. But besides that, the voice acting is actually pretty decent, just not used all that much. Alright, so I like the sound. It's not that great, but I do like it. So let's go on to the graphics. Okay, now the graphics in Brink are actually really good. I actually really like the graphics in this game. One thing I do have a problem with the graphics in this game, the environments, not that the environments look bad, it's that some of the textures don't pop in automatically right when you get into the game. Sometimes it takes a little while to get into, or it's it's almost completely rendered, except there's a little piece there or something like that, where it's just gray and blob and it kind of takes you out of it, even though the graphics are really nice. But besides that, I actually really like the graphics. I think the game looks really good. The character models are really nice. The design for them themselves, some people will say, oh, why are they all cartoony and they have long faces? I don't like it. I do like them, and the way they're designed, the actual character models look really, really good. I'm just gonna say right here, I really like the graphics in the game. Let's go on to the gameplay of Brink. Okay, now the gameplay of Brink is a multiplayer heavy game. It is obvious. The campaign's there, but it's just there to say, hey, we have a campaign that you can play with your friends, up to 8 people, yeah. Aren't we cool? Not really. I mean, the campaign is fun, don't get me wrong, but it's there. It's nothing different from the multiplayer. It's the same stuff, just objective stuff. It's not really like an open world or an actual story-based game. It's just the same crap you've played in the multiplayer. So, really, I mean, it's the same. It really is. Besides that, you also have of course, a multiplayer mode where you just go and capture objectives or hold out your point until the time runs out or something like that. And the multiplayer is a lot of fun. The problem with the multiplayer is that the gunplay in the game, the gunplay is really good now, but at the time when I started playing it, it was overwhelming. It really was, because the sensitivity for the guns and stuff was either way too high or just way too low. So I tried to adjust it perfectly for me, and I just got used to it. I really did, because at first it was really hard to aim at stuff. It was just oh god, I can't do anything. But besides that, the gunplay is actually really good, because I got used to it, and it's a lot of fun to use the gunplay. Of course, you have parkour in the game, which many people have been talking about. You could jump off walls, slide down things, jump over things, jump on roofs and stuff. And that's really cool way to get around stuff. You could customize your character with a whole bunch of different clothing, like face paint, masks, different shirts, trousers, all that kind of stuff. And you unlock new clothing throughout the game when you level up, and that's really cool. I really like that they don't go kill death ratio heavy on this game and say, you know what, besides leveling up and getting an awesome super freaking mega gun that destroys everything, you get clothing, so you can go and dress up your character. That might sound a little gay, but it was cool. I really like that. I like how they don't really focus on the weapon customization. Not saying there isn't any weapon customization. There is. You have to play the challenge mode to get those, though, not multiplayer. So that was really cool. I really like that. And of course, it's very objective based heavy, where it's not kill death ratio. So you just go in there, do an objective, go capture something, go hack something, and get points along the way by killing people, like helping your friends out with like ammo packs or something. And that's really it. That's the gameplay of Brink. I'm trying to explain this as quickly as I can because I've been here trying to record this review for 2 hours now. So I'm just gonna say it right here. I really enjoyed Brink. I think the customization is great. The parkour is really fun. The gunplay, after you get used to it, is very fun. And the multiplayer is something that I'm going to come back to after a couple months. I don't see myself coming back to this after maybe a year, but I do think it is a lot of fun right now, and it's definitely a good rental. So check my written review in the description. Thank you, and there's my review for Brink. Goodbye.